Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you've been RVing for any amount of time, you already know this. Things will break, they will loosen, they will rattle, or they're just going to stop working at the worst possible moment. And every single time that happens, I have to ask Dan if I could borrow whatever it is that I need. Even worse for somebody like me is that I would actually have to wait for him to go get it for me, or even go digging for it myself, not knowing where he could possibly have it stashed. Today, I want to show you something that has completely changed that dynamic. I have my very own tool bag now, which my husband gave me for Christmas. And after looking at the contents, I actually think this is one of the most useful things you can have on board your RV. So if you're a man thinking he got her all girl stuff, he did not. He got me things that he would want in his tool bag. So I think you're going to find it useful as well. So here's the backstory. For years, I've been telling my husband that I want my own toolkit. Not because he doesn't have tools that I can use. He absolutely does. But because he does not love it when I dig through his stuff. And I don't love people touching my stuff either. So I get it. And somehow, the one tool that I needed at that moment was always the one that I could not find in his massive collection. I have no idea how he finds anything in there. It's just chaos. So I was always asking, can I borrow a screwdriver, a wrench, pliers, whatever? And ironically, those questions actually helped give him some very good insight into exactly what it was I would need in my tool bag. So this past Christmas, he surprised me with this. Yes, it is pink, I know. The reason it's pink is because this way we don't get them mixed up, because he has a lot of similar bags. So this thing is fully stocked. Honestly, I was genuinely excited when I opened this gift, because this isn't just a toolkit, it is my toolkit. So I wanted to share this with our RV friends, because when you're traveling, you don't always have cell service, you don't always have a hardware store that's nearby, and you definitely don't want a small issue turning into a trip-ending problem. Having a dedicated, easy-to-grab tool bag on board can save you time, stress, and sometimes money. And no, you don't need to be handy to benefit from this. So I want to walk you through some of the things that are in my toolkit that are especially useful for RV life. These are things you don't want to leave home without. First up, these are not technically a tool, zip ties. They are the unofficial RV repair kit. If you think you don't need zip ties, I am here to tell you that you're wrong. The flashlight, because something always goes wrong after dark. We have a ton of flashlights in the RV. It's not that I specifically needed to get a flashlight, just one that I could keep in my bag and have easy access to anytime I need it. A tape measure. This goes without saying. If you've ever tried to figure out if something is going to fit in an RV, you have to have a tape measure. This is something cool. He got me one of those little Gerber tools, and I'm not going to open up every little gadget that's on here, but it's one of these, if you're not familiar with the name, that it has, pliers in these sides. It has everything from a tiny pair of scissors, different knives, like a mini saw. I think there were tweezers in here too. I don't know. There's a lot of crazy things that are in this. He always has one of these on hand. So this is something you need. A box cutter. You're always going to need a box cutter. So get one of those. A screwdriver that has, I don't want them to fall out. It has bits that you store in the end. And of course, these are one of the things that I was always asking him to use. These are wire snips, but I use them for cutting those zip ties because 9 times out of 10, whatever we secure with the zip ties while we're camping, we need to unsecure when we're wrapping up to go home. Hex keys, metric, and I forget what the standard version is called. Pair of these utility scissors, adjustable wrench. These are precision electrical screwdrivers. Then we have a hammer, and he got me this mallet. All right, so this mallet is useful, but I won't use it in the RV. I'm going to use this in my garden when I need to like pound stakes into the ground for my supports. What I want to get instead for in the RV is a rubber mallet. I want something that I can use when I want to do some hammering without causing damage, but also think about like if you're assembling something, 9 times out of 10 they say you need a rubber mallet to do it. And then he also, this is something I've had for a while. This is just a little Black & Decker screwdriver. This is kind of cool though. So it's rechargeable. And then in the end here, it has like this little compartment. You turn it to the side and there's a wheel in here that turns that has all the different sizes of bits that you might need. Bigger screwdrivers, that's the same concept, only the bits are around this handle and they come out through the bottom so you can switch them out. A larger size of these snips. So 2 sets of pliers. These. So the best advice I can possibly give you as a fellow RVer when it comes to your toolkit is to make a dedicated toolkit that is specifically for the RV and leave it in there at all times. Do not take it out when you go home because then you risk maybe leaving it behind and you don't want to be without a toolkit. You want to make sure you're storing that tool bag somewhere that's easy to access, not buried under anything else, because when you need it, you usually need it immediately. So ladies, if you've ever said to yourself that you should really have your own toolkit, I am here today to tell you that yes, you should have your own toolkit. Go get one. If you guys don't mind, drop a comment below and tell us what tool has saved you on the road, because if we don't have it, we want to go buy one. And if you found today's video to be helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe and share it with another RVer who might be trying to put their own toolkit together. Thanks so much for watching today, and we'll see you in the next video.